Hello everybody, welcome back to Talk to Ross. My name is Ross. How are y'all doing? So today, I'm very excited. You might not know it, but Metallica are my favourite band of all time, and they have just uploaded a video onto the Metallica YouTube page, which is an unboxing of the Deluxe edition of the Black Album. Now, I was 10 years old when the Black Album was released. I've got vague memories of seeing Nothing Else Matters and Sad But True on the TV when I was a kid, but that's about it. But I've seen Metallica 9 times in concert, and I am buzzing to see this video for the Deluxe box unveiling. Let's see. Let's go. Metallica, come on! If you like what I'm doing today, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, and please subscribe down below. So many of you watch my videos and don't click subscribe. I kill you. Let's do this. Metallica, the Black Album Deluxe album unboxing thing. I'm excited. Okay, deep breaths. Let's go. It's Jason. It's Jason.
Something's happening. Something's happening. Okay, so 30 years ago this weekend, just so you know, I haven't seen any of the preliminary anything on this. I'm seeing it for the first time. All of
I can't just believe it's Jason Newsted sitting here on a porch. I should have known. Like, I mean, I seen the bass guitar sitting in the corner, but I don't know. It's Jason.
of it. Haven't even listened to the record for years. How's it going? Wow.
It looks like it weighs a ton. Like a fuck ton. It looks massive.
Wow. The original Black Album remastered on 180 gram vinyl and CD set, but True Picture disc, Live at Wembley EP, Live in Moscow double EP, 2 interview CDs, 5 CDs of demos and rough mixes, 6 live CDs, 6 live and behind the scenes DVDs, plus lyric folder, 3 lithos, lanyard, tour laminates, 3 guitar picks, and a 120-page book filled with never before seen photos of stories from those who were there. I was one of those who were there, actually.
Yes, you were, Jason. Yeah, guys. Jason was the bass player in Metallica from about November 1986 up until the beginning of the year 2000. I think it was a mixture between health reasons, and also he had a falling out with mainly James Hetfield. Jason wanted to pursue a project called Echo Brain, and James said, "No, you're not." And Jason said, "Fine, I'm walking." But I really miss Jason. I was lucky enough to see him live once in Dublin in 1999. Yeah, I'd welcome him back, no problem.
Okay. Team Blackened. I like that. Blackened, that's a good one. All right, here we go. So this is the original. Yep. 3 songs per side, 4 sides. That guy right there. That used to be me. Awesome. All right, here we go. So I looked at that for a long time.
He's still the same Jason. He's still so full of beans and energy. Awesome.
Blackened Recordings, manufactured by Blackened Recordings. Beautiful. Got it going on, boys. Okay, Sad But True. With Nothing Else Matters, Creeping Death Live, and Sad But True Demo. Metallica Live at Wembley, April 20th, 1992. So was that the Freddie Mercury tribute? That would have been.
Yes, it was. And I remember watching that show on TV. Now, the thing is, I can't remember watching Metallica because at that stage I was Guns N' Roses crazy. Guns N' Roses just seemed to hog the headlines more than Metallica back then. Both huge bands, but Guns N' Roses seemed to get the newspaper headlines, and I guess I just heard of them more than Metallica at the time. But yeah, I've no recollection of if I seen Metallica set. I probably did, but I can't remember.
Ooh. Pretty big deal this one was. The if you guys have seen the video For Those About to Rock, and there was a few of our closest friends there in Moscow. Looking forward to that. Nice one. September 28th. Really?
Yeah, that was the show in Moscow. I've heard Lars calling it a few times Moscow. And I think in the States sometimes it's referred to as Moscow, but here in Europe we say Moscow, whatever. And I think they played to, it said 1 million people. And one of their roadies, the sound man, Mick Hughes, he said there was numerous assaults, numerous deaths. It was like a mini city that day, and Pantera played that day as well, and I think AC/DC headlined, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, there's your to get your digital copy. Nice. So one of the really cool things that happened back in the day, James would protect the lyrics a lot. And he'd make all his little sketches on there and stuff. And then finally, as he got past the wa-na-na-na-na-na melody that he would, emulate what was to come, we would all get to see the lyrics for the first time, just like fans, all of us, everybody in the band, Bob Rock, everybody, we would just get to see this stuff for the first time completed. It was always, for me personally, a great thrill. To see his little sketches and the way he built stuff was a really big deal. It was wonderful for him to protect it like that and then share it with us like such a reward to be able to look.
Yeah, that's very, very true. James was much more sheltered back then. He's still a very sheltered guy. I mean, he comes across on stage as a very assured, confident man, but he from his childhood he was always very sensitive about certain topics and a lot of emotions within himself. And as Jason rightfully said there, James wouldn't just sit down with a sheet of A4 paper and just start writing lyrics. He would get a melody in his head, and just as a lot of fellow hardcore Metallica fans would know, it would be the wa-na-nas So he'd be just trying to find a melody and going wa na na wa na na wa na wa na na wa na na, and then lyrics would follow. Yeah.
Look at that for the first time. Rip, that was Lon Friend, ran that, helped us out a lot in those days. The promotion of this record and the tour, big tour, 300 shows or something. I can't remember exactly. Long time though, few years worth. Remember that photo session specifically. It was on the water in England with Ross Halfin, and I remember all these like they were yesterday. Actually, Nils Lozauer's studio. That was Britain. So this is the.
Yeah, Ross Halfin is he's, you name it, in the last 40 years he's photographed them. He's been on tour with Metallica many times. If you look at footage of Metallica playing even in the last few years, you'll see Ross Halfin at the side of the stage clicking away. Good name, Ross. Solid name.
Collection photograph book, very cool. Portugal. I could go through each one of those and name every one for you, each place. That's in Germany. It's in the Hitler's guys built these throughways. They're underground, and they make the way from their headquarter offices up to the stage where he would do his speeches from, and the stage where we would play eventually. But that was all I think Nuremberg or Berlin or something like that, Germany anyway. That is out at the Monument Valley. That's Portugal. Yeah. Hard to tell exactly. Ross, so that's Ross Halfin took all the pictures. Adam Dubin did video stuff back then. Yeah. Some more stuff at Nils Lozauer's. There was a couple long sessions there.
It's incredible how 30 years later he can pinpoint, specific concerts, because I'm sure at every single gig they played there was also a photo shoot to coincide with that. So to just kind of say that was Nuremberg in Germany, that was Portugal, etc., it's pretty impressive.
Bob and Lars, back when we used to use that tape machine for real, man. Wow. Look how pretty. Beautiful. Who's that guy? What is that? What happened? Wow. Great one. I like it. What a beautiful painting. Look at that creature like Predator or something. So cool. Never saw it before. Excellent.
Gotta say, I miss the blur of Jason Newsted. Just this head-banging, jumping around the place lunatic. And his backing vocals are very much missed as well in modern-day Metallica.
Don't remember seeing it anyway. That's probably just in Sausalito, outside the studio. Man. Yep, I could take all your time up and point and tell you every single one of these, man. No problem. Even though it was St. James Hotel in France, in the library, and the stairway St. James Hotel.
St. James's Hotel, the library, not even what was the name of the hotel. I'll tell you where in the hotel it was. Incredible.
Just ask me, I'll tell you. Okay, live at, wow, yep, I'm not going to get that name right. Anyway, it was in Mannheim, Germany, May 22, 1993. Yeah, we were hitting on all cylinders, man. For sure. I remember those days. Playing six-string bass and Sabbath True. The weight that moved the place. Oh, beautiful. What else we got here? Randy Staub, right there. Okay, see that guy right there? That is the, along with Zach Harmon, the key component to this entire deal. If it wasn't for that guy and Zach Harmon, this thing never would have happened.
Yeah, that's for sure. Randy Staub was I think the assistant engineer on the Black Album. Well, the chief engineer, sorry. Bob was the producer, and Randy was the engineer, if I'm not mistaken. And these are back in the days of Pro Tools. This is when you had to splice up tape. Listen, I'm glad that when I edit this video, I just need to delete little sections and stuff like that. I don't have to worry about tape. But yeah, Randy Staub was a major help to Metallica for years. And also, yeah, Zach Harmon, he was guitar technician, both in the studio and live, for many, many years. Yeah, Zach's been with the band a long, long time.
That is behind the scenes key linchpin player right there. Year and a half in the life of Metallica outtakes DVD. Live at Gentofte, Copenhagen. So that's when you go back to Copenhagen and play like that, especially when we would start out the tours a lot there, and that was a big one. So this was 2 days before the actual release of this album globally, August 10th, 1991. So that was a few days ago, 30 years ago. And so when you go back to Denmark and play a place like that, it's a really big deal. It's Lars coming back home to reap, you know, seriously. Always got treated very special in Denmark. Much, much, much respect.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, Lars Ulrich, the drummer from Metallica, was born in Copenhagen. And yeah, I'm lucky enough to have been there a few times. Love it. Absolutely fantastic city. Lovely people. And Gentofte is the name of the suburb or the area of the city where Lars is from. Quite well-to-do, upper class area. But yeah, I can only imagine how Lars felt anytime he was, you know, bringing his band back home, and especially about to start a tour as big as the Black Album, the emotions that would have been going through his head back then.
Coming and going, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that is CD, Black Album with gatefold and different photos showing the choices that were made. Oh, I don't remember being a split guy like that originally. It's been a long time though. Interviews. This is a good photo session. I like that one. I love that couch shot. I always like that one very much. The button-up Metallica shirt with the embroidered skull, that same skull embroidered right there. Hurrah! Stefan Shirazi tapes and David Fripp tapes. So interview CDs.
Yeah, Stefan Shirazi, who Jason just mentioned there after the plane was very rude on interrupting us. He is he the chief editor of the So What magazine? He's a publicist, I believe, for Metallica. He's been with the band many, many years. Originally from England. I'm such a Metallica nerd when I'm listening to myself talking like this.
Both key players also in helping us. David Frick all the way from Ben Stefan, all the way from the get-go. Also. Beautiful. Thanks, guys. I saw this photo session was so uptight, it seemed to me, that one. It was just so, like, tucked in and whatever. I don't know. A little contrived. A lot of tracks on that one. Is this outtakes or something? Oh, riff tapes and stuff. From James Kirk's Jason's riff tape. What? Look out. Row. You might be able to stump me on that one. I can't quite pinpoint where that one was.
Yeah, Jason's riff tape. Yeah, Jason's riff tape. Something that the band, I've got a funny feeling, didn't really investigate too often. Even My Friend of Misery was Jason's solo work. And, okay, the bass intro remained, but it changed into a song with lyrics fully functioning. I think Metallica were looking past the days of the instrumental track that had always been on their albums. You know, Kill 'Em All had Anesthesia Pulling Teeth, Ride the Lightning had Call of Cthulhu, Master of Puppets had Orion, and Justice for All had To Live Is To Die. Well, it wasn't an instrumental track. It did have words towards the end, but for the most part, you could classify it as instrumental, I suppose.
I like this underlighting one. Used that for a lot of things back in the day. That is the pre-production rehearsals and radio edits. Some familiar names there. Kent Matkey rough and alternative mixes with the sides of the head shave thing going and all that, and then the white leather jacket session.
That's been a running joke in Metallica lore for years. When Lars started wearing a white leather jacket, it was a fashion faux pas. Well, it wasn't his best decision. Lars has made some questionable decisions in his career, but for the most part, he's a genius businessman. For the most part, I said, don't start going in the comments saying, well, what about this? What about that? But yeah, white leather jacket happened.
That was Guns N' Roses days, if you guys hadn't figured that out. Okay, Day on the Green, Oakland. That's the aftermath. I think that was possibly one of our best shows that we ever played. We came back home victorious as the crown kings of metal from the Bay Area Kings, and we'd just been playing for a couple of weeks by then with this record. And is that right? October 12th, 91. So this would have been the last live show that Bill Graham put on. Some shit for Day on the Green, Oakland, California, October 12th, 1991.
Yeah, that's right. Bill Graham, big player, promoter in the States for years. I think he was involved in the Woodstock Festival and also the movie. Correct me if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Bill Graham was around for many, many years. Iconic player in the US music scene for rock music.
Frankenhalle, Nuremberg, November 29, 1992, DVD. But only 3 guys in the band on that one, I guess. Oh, was that the bass player back in there? Look at that. It is. Very little. He's a small guy. Little guy right there. November 29, 1992.
Interesting that's a DVD. How many of you have a DVD player out there? Let me know in the comments. My PS4 that I still have is a DVD player. Smooth.
Okay. Live at Festival Park, Werchter, July 4th, 1993. I remember this. We played after Neil Young. And that's got a couple other things with Perth, Jakarta, Bangkok, Miami, Oakland. Oh, Moscow, some nice touches there. Halfin's Home Movies. Great. Wow, that one really captures the energy of that photo. Ha ha! Nice. I like it. That must have been a birthday shot right there. That was my birthday, because look at that. I'm getting crushed by the whipped cream can.
That's another Metallica mainstay. Anytime there's a birthday of one of the members, they get cream pied into the face. It's just inevitable. And that show, Werchter in Belgium in July 93, I believe that was the last show on the Black Album tour. I believe it was. I think.
Wherever we may roam, whatever we may roam, DVD. Hit the road with 26 unreleased performances, each filmed at a different stop on the tour. This is really cool, you guys. Live at Arco Arena, Sacramento, January 11, 1992, plus covers and B-sides. Oh my gosh, so much to go through, so many people to thank and stuff, man. It took so many people to make this happen, you gotta understand. Thousands of people around the world promoting it, and then the guys on the crew every day, and man, a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and that was in the days before internet takeover. The internet didn't start kicking in until 4 or 5 years later, and even at that, it was still at a preliminary stage in terms of where we are now in 2021. I miss those days even as a kid when I used to, like, you would devour an album. You'd absolutely devour it. You would learn every lyric. You would know every note of the song. Have to admit, these days I find it very hard to concentrate on an album. The instantaneousness of the world now has kind of taken that away from me. I'm not even gonna lie. It'd be nice to get that shock factor, or that wow factor, or that feeling of first time back. Even watching YouTube. I remember, like, as a kid, like, me and my sisters, we'd sit down and we'd watch like a VHS cassette, which we'd rent out, and it was an occasion.
30 years later, look at that. Whew. Good for us. Okay, so this was, they got a collection of laminates here. So these were the different ones as we went month to month and extended the tour year to year. Different passes you had to have to get around. So summer '91 band personnel, and we were out with AC/DC. So it's that one. And then, let's see, what came Nowhere Else to Roam, 91, 92, that was a 93 Life Member. Nowhere Else to Roam. Guns N' Roses Stadium Tour, that's a cool one. And that was the US thing, 92. And then picks from everybody at that point. So that was when I used that Fat Fatty. And James used the yellow, and Kirk used green. Tortex Dunlop.
Yeah, that's another thing that's missing from Metallica shows now when Rob is playing. Unbelievable musician, but he uses his fingers. Jason was a plectrum pick player.
And that's your Metallica lanyard to hold your tour passes. Okay, thanks for sharing. That might have taken longer than anybody wanted, but I enjoyed that very much and feel very victorious and thankful to be included in the victory. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, well, that was pretty emotional. It was great to see Jason. I honestly thought it was Lars hiding underneath the cowboy hat, and then when I seen Jason, amazing. Yeah, sorry for the length of this reaction, guys, but I'm sure if you're a Metallica fan and you're watching it, you're probably enjoying it as much as me. Hopefully. Jason will always be part of Metallica's legacy. As he said years ago, he said, well, I've never really left the band. We're going to be business partners for life. It's a shame. I'd love to think what would have happened if he stayed within the band, because I'm sure he would have loved albums like Death Magnetic and Hardwired. Saint Anger, I don't think would have happened, because they made that music because they were feeling a certain way after James's problems and after Jason left, and yeah, c'est la vie. But yeah, there you go. I'm sure this Black Album Deluxe set is going to cost a gazillion euro, and it could probably empty out my bank account if I went out and bought it. But it's a collector's item for sure, and I'm sure many of you out there are going to queue up and get it if you are crazy Metallica fans. If you're not, let it be known that album was huge. It sold something like between 15 million, 16 million albums. Joe Elliott from Def Leppard called it the heavy metal thriller because it was just that big, the Michael Jackson album Thriller. Okay, everybody, so this has been a long reaction. Again, apologies for that. I'm gonna leave, sign off. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and leave a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you want to stay in touch with more of what I'm doing on here. And check me out on Instagram. I'm also Talk to Ross over there. But until the next time, I've been Ross. Glad you could make it, and I hope you enjoyed the Black Album Deluxe React. Peace.